Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Women's Day. So I thought it would be nice to celebrate this day by celebrating amazing women here on YouTube and on Instagram, because these are the two platforms that I actually use and know. Now there are a lot of women that I follow and admire, but for the sake of this video I want to focus on women that for me are doing an amazing job at advocating and educating about sustainability and equality, and that's just because this is my main interest here on this channel. I won't talk about them in any particular order, but I will obviously link all their details below and all the specific recommended video down below so that you can very easily find them. So if you're interested in zero waste and sustainability, which I suppose you are if you're here, my absolute favorite creators are JHÁNNEU, GITTEMARY, JOHANSEN and SHELBIZLEE. Now they all have a very good balance between practical tips and more general and informative videos about sustainability issues in general. Talking now specific video, I will be honest, for JHÁNNEU, my absolute favorite video is her zero waste and curly hair routine, because there are not really that many videos on the topic, and having curly hair for me was very difficult to find a routine, a zero waste routine that actually worked for me, and their video has been super helpful. So if you also have curly hair, her video is fantastic. On a more serious topic though, I think that she made an amazing video on sustainability, zero waste and inclusivity, and this is a very important conversation to have and one that we really don't have enough, and the video was very well made, to the point, and very well balanced, so I really appreciated that video. So GITTEMARY JOHANSEN has an amazing playlist about the impact of different materials like bamboo, paper, glass, etc. that is very informative and very useful, but also about different aspects of our life. Like she made recently a video about the impact of death, which was very surprising but also very interesting. So that is a playlist that you should definitely check out. But also if I have to single out just one video to look, I would definitely recommend her video on greenwashing, because this is again a very important topic, and her video for me is the best that I've seen so far. It's very clear and very helpful in understanding what are the different types of greenwashing and how we can recognize them. For Shelby it was very easy. My favorite videos are definitely her anti-haul, so basically everything that either she doesn't buy or she suggests everyone not to buy. Now they are very funny, so I would suggest them even just for an entertainment point of view, but apart from that I think they were very useful to really understand the sheer amount of stuff that we create and buy for no particular reason, and especially the more serious videos in which is actually explaining why she decided not to buy things that the majority of people have been very useful to understand how you can reason through your purchases and see if you really need something or if you think you need it just because everyone has it and everyone tells you that you have to have them. The next creator is Jessica KELLGREN-FOZARD. She is a disability, LGBTQ+ and gender equality activist. She's really an activist for inclusivity and equality in general, and she does that in an amazing way, because she looks at the problems from very different angles. Like she did videos about portrayal in the media. She did not so recently, but she did a video on autism in the media trope, which is amazing, and she also collaborated for that video with other disability activists who are also autistic, so they have a better understanding of the problem. Also, she did historical portrayal. She did a video in which she discussed more thoroughly very important issues. For example, she did one on conversion therapy recently. Very important, have a look at it. But she also brings us into her own life through vlogs and through scenes with her wife and things like this that really shows how she lives her life on a daily basis, and she really helps us understanding the upside and the downside. I already mentioned a couple of videos that she did, and I would definitely recommend you to look at her whole channel. She's so charming, so fantastic. She's really fantastic. But if I had to pick up just one video, I would probably recommend Oops, I Made an Ableism. I don't know, maybe it's because that video talked to me particularly, because I did realize that I made more than one ableism in that videos, and that really helped me to see a perspective that I didn't really have the opportunity to see before, and they really helped me to see how I was doing things wrong and to adjust it. Last but not least, we have KRISTEN Leo. She does videos about sustainable fashion, human rights and veganism. She takes a topic, she makes it incredibly easy to understand, even if it's a very difficult topic. She always looks at very different perspective, which is not something that everyone does. And she always have a very, very clear vision in her mind, which is something that I do appreciate. Throughout her whole channel, you really see that there is a very clear idea of what social justice she wants to see, and she's trying to promote with her own channel. And you start to see that even videos that seem to have like very different topic, like gentrification of T-pop and heterosexual relationships, actually ties in her narrative in a very good way. And I love the fact that she's been so consistent, that she has such a strong opinion, especially because her opinion is so obviously based on research, on reflection, and on experience. So it's really not just empty slogan. Personally, I really love how she's always challenging us to see the faults of our current system, especially of capitalism, and try to think beyond that and imagining different ways of doing things. And I really appreciate that. So when it comes to Instagram, I will admit that I am way more specific than I am on YouTube in terms of topic that I follow, and I'm really focusing a lot on sustainability and inclusivity. So I'm really trying to understand how Western people behavior, and white people in particular, is impacting on people of color and indigenous people, how climate change and other sustainability related issues are impacting on them, and how the movement can be more inclusive. So my first pick is also the most challenging to me, and is Irieto Aurora. She lives a van life with her husband and her dog. Even just that, I think that it's very, very cool. I mean, it's a completely different life from mine, so she has a very, very unique perspective. She's also very strong woman and very strongly opinionated, and she's very strong in calling out white people in their behavior and in their racism, and really promoting like self-love for herself and black women in general. Another profile I really love is Michaela Loach. She is a climate change and anti-racist activist, and again, her content is really golden. I really, really like her. What I particularly love about her is that she's a medical trainee, so she's talking a lot about racism in medicine, and especially subtle racism, and how that can be problematic and also hurtful. And I find it extremely important because this is a very important topic and not that much covered, and for me is even more important because I am doing a PhD on clinical ethics. I'm not a medical trainee in any shape or form, but I am talking about ethics and medicine, so it is always important to try and understand this perspective. And I always try to find as many articles as I can that talk about discrimination in general on my topic, and I can assure you there are not that many. Really not that many, unfortunately. So I really love the fact that she's making that information available through a larger scale than an academic article, because an academic article doesn't reach that many people, let's be honest. The next person I want to talk about is Nativin LA, and I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, so I will write it here. And she is a runner, and she uses her platform as a runner and on Instagram to really raise awareness on several issues, especially related to indigenous communities. And she still does run with the names of Native American women and girls that have been murdered or that have gone missing, to raise awareness on the topic. But she really speaks about plenty of very important social issues, so her full platform is extremely interesting. The next person is BREEANNA Mendiola. Again, sorry if I said it right. And she talks a lot about zero waste here on Instagram and on YouTube. So please check her also on YouTube. And she's very, very nice, and she talks a lot about inclusivity especially in the sustainable fashion movement. And she gives a lot of very nice tips and tricks on how to go zero waste. So it's a very, very nice profile to follow. And the last one I want to talk about is Thrift and Tangles. As the name says, she does a lot of thrifting, and she shares a lot of like her thrifts, her lookbooks, and her tips and tricks on how to better thrift. And she's absolutely amazing. She does fantastic pictures. She has really an amazing style and an amazing energy. So I really, really love her profile. So these were my suggestions for today. And as I said before, there are many other women that I love to follow and to learn from. But for sake of brevity, I really just included only my absolute favorite. I think it's also quite clear by now that my absolute favorite are all very strong and very challenging women, and that's because I think that that's also necessary for learning. At least for me, I love when someone pushes me beyond my own framework and pushes me to learn more and to think beyond the structure I am in. And I appreciate even when someone calls me out. I will be honest, it's not nice. No one likes to be called out. No one likes to have to look back at themselves and admit they have been a little bit more racist, a little bit more ableist, a little bit more discriminatory that they would have liked or they would have thought they could have been. But yet this is absolutely important. So I'm very, very grateful for all the women on this list and all the other people, not only women, that are doing that and that I follow. So that was it for today. If you had any recommendation on women, and not only women, any other channel or profile that you think that is worth looking into that I might have overlooked and might even not have known. I'm not the biggest user of social media in general, so it's easy that someone might have passed through me. So please let us know. It's always important to learn, and I'm always very happy to meet new people. So remember to write your suggestions down below, and until next time, bye.